Hi, namaste. Welcome to a brand new episode of Khaskura Podcast, an unusual episode of Khaskura Podcast.
Hi, I'm with you, Rama.
And I'm Anuja.
Today is the second Zoom video recording of Khaskura Podcast. And I hope you guys watched the first episode of Zoom recording. अहिले यो कोरोनाभाइरसको पेन्डेमिक हुँदाखेरि हामीहरू इन्टरेक्सन गर्न पाएको छैन, त्यही भएर पहिलो एपिसोड हामीले जुममा रेकर्डिङ गरेका थियौँ. सो दिस इज द सेकेन्ड फलो अप जुम रेकर्डिङ, राइट? हाउ आर यु डुइङ, अनुजा?
सबै ठिकै छ अहिलेसम्म त. पागल भइसकेको छैन. I mean, पहिला पनि इन्ट्रोभर्टेड थियो, so it hasn't made much of a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I do miss seeing all my close friends, including yourself. तर त्योभन्दा उपरान्त चाहिँ ठिकै छ. म अहिले नानी मेरो भाइ बहिनीसँग बसिरहेको छु अनि उनीहरूसँगै जस्ट टाइम बितिरहेछ.
Oh, that's really nice. फ्यामिलीसँग बसेर इन्टरेक्ट गरेर हुन्छ नि. कतिपय मान्छेहरू लाइक I think a lot of students who are just traveling or who are away from families, it's kind of hard. मेरो लागि चाहिँ सबैभन्दा ठुलो इश्यू चाहिँ ग्रोसरी जानलाई हुन्छ नि. जब म ग्रोसरी जान्छु, so I'm so paranoid कि people will come so close to me. अनि a lot of people are not wearing masks.
चाहिँ लगाउँछ, कोही कोही चाहिँ हुन्छ अलिकति नलगाउने गर्ने. तर त्यही अब आफू सुरक्षित हुनुपर्छ. हामीले जसरी रोडमा गाडी चलाउँदाखेरि एकदमै डिफेन्सिभ भएर चलाउँछौँ, त्यसरी नै बाहिर घुमफिर गर्नुपर्छ.
आजको एपिसोडमा चाहिँ हामीहरू कोरोना भाइरसको बारेमा कुरा गर्यौँ. अलिकति कतिको अफेक्ट गरिरहेछ न्युयोर्कमा, कतिको अफेक्ट गरिरहेछ संसारमा, नेपालमा भनेर अलिकति कुरा गरेको थियौँ. अनि हाम्रो आफ्नै पर्सनल लाइफ पनि कसरी अफेक्ट भएको छ भनेर कुरा गरेको थियौँ. कोरोना भाइरस प्लस अरू पनि धेरै चहलपहल भइरहेछ संसारमा, होइन? त्यसको बारेमा पनि अलिकति कुरा गर्नेछौँ. र हामी आई डोन्ट नो अबाउट यु अनुजा, तर यो कोरोना भाइरससँग डिल गर्न नै अलिकति गाह्रो भइरहेछ हुन्छ नि मलाई पर्सनली. आई मिन आई नो एभ्री सफरिङ, तर I'm trying to stay away from news as much as possible. That is kind of like यति नेगेटिभिटी भइरहेछ संसारमा नै, र इट्स रियली मेस्ड अप, होइन? अनि यो जति नेपालमा पनि त्यस्तै जुलुसहरू प्रोटेस्टहरू भइरहेछ. we're going to talk in more in detail. अमेरिकामा पनि जर्ज फ्लोइडको मर्डर भयो, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अमेरिकाभरि नै प्रोटेस्ट भइरहेछ. र इट्स नट एन इस्यु द्याट क्यान जस्ट be done with solved in a day or two. It's like it takes gradual time. Laws-हरु मात्रै इम्प्लिमेन्ट गरेर हुँदैन, मान्छेले आफ्नो प्र्याक्टिस गर्नुपर्छ. those laws-हरु हुन्छ नि, or like anti-racism practice daily life-मा प्र्याक्टिस गर्नुपर्छ. त्यही भएर न्युज चाहिँ मैले बन्दै गरेको छु अहिले. So I'm very unaware what's going to happen in the world. Literally, like I'm like those turkey त्यो स्ट्यान्डमा टाउको लुगाएर बस्ने turkey जस्तो भएर, just to stay sane हुन्छ नि. I didn't tell you about this, तर my mom was hospitalized for 2 days. In Nepal, last week. Thank God, मेरो दिजु Rupa दिजु knows a lot of people Nepalma. So literally, we had an ambulance. Ke bhayo bhane she just had some gastric issue. So we had to get an ambulance to our house and hospitalize her for 2 days. And they did endoscopy and everything. So thank God she was fine. The problem was that my dad is really old. He's like 77 अहिले, होइन? अनि छाउनी हस्पिटलमा राखेको थियो मामुलाई. अनि अहिले न गाडी छ न ट्याक्सी छ. अनि मेरो ड्याडी, he doesn't drive, he doesn't have a motorcycle हुन्छ नि. So there was literally no way. He went to see my mom walking, like it was like 1.5 घण्टा जस्तो लाग्छ कुलेश्वरबाट छाउनी जानलाई. So he walked there, 77 years old. बिहान पनि जानु भएछ, बेलुका पनि जानु भएछ, अनि नेक्स्ट डे his feet was hurting के हुन्छ नि. So it was really hard अहिलेको उसमा, तर thank God she's better. So yeah, we're trying to just, for me, I'm just trying to stay positive कि thank God everyone's healthy.
त्यही मेरो पनि I think my बाबाको के अरे डायबिटिज फ्लेयर भएर तर अहिले ठिकै छ, like he's under medication अनि total bed rest. Like it must be so hard for my baba किनभने he's a very social person. अनि कता घुमिराख्नु पर्ने, like गाउँ काठमाडौँ जस्तो धेरै बिजी त छैन, स्पार्स भएको हुनाले he has the luxury to walk around and he does that a lot.
Yeah.
त्यसले गर्दा खुट्टा सुट्टा दुख्ने यताउता हुने so like अहिले bed rest गर्दा चाहिँ I'm sure he's like freaking out.
That's another hard part, eh? Like I think for me when coronavirus lockdown थिएन daily schedule चाहिँ कस्तो भने काममा गयो काम गर्यो अनि जिम गयो वर्कआउट गर्यो अनि घर फर्किँदाखेरि चाहिँ न्युयोर्क चाहिँ नेपाल जस्तै छ के त्यो सानो सानो पसल बोडेगाहरू so you just go there buy whatever you want to eat that day and then you come here अनि अहिले चाहिँ मेरो सबैभन्दा ठुलो anxiety अनि I know this is like small problem based on how big problem we're facing in the world तर मेरो personal problem भने चाहिँ बजार गयो अनि एङ्जाइटी हुने के लाइक के किन्ने यो बिग्रिन्छ हुन्छ नि लाइक एभ्री डे जस्तो गइरहन पनि मिल्दैन बजार किनभने इट्स क्राउडेड यु डोन्ट वान्ट टु एक्सपोज योर सेल्फ सो बजार गयो अनि लाइक के किन्ने लाइक यो किनेपछि यो बिग्रिन्छ यति दिनमा हुन्छ नि लिटरली अहिले डिलन र म हाम्रो लिस्ट छ कि यो पहिला खाने हुन्छ नि पहिला साग खाने त्यसपछि मासु खाने फ्रिज गरेको अनि पकाइहाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ नि इट्स लाइक सो मच process that you have to put in. It's kind of annoying. Yeah.
I know there's a list floating around of khanekura and sagsabji अनि फलफुलहरु जुन चाहिँ धेरै समयसम्म फ्रेशै रहन्छ आलु भयो स्याउ भयो यस्तो यस्तो खानेकुराहरु त्यो टेस्ट हेर न एकचोटी अनि त्यसले
मलाई टेक्स्ट गरेर पठाइदियो है maybe we should post it on our Khaskura too हुन्छ नि yeah
त्यो भन्दा उपरान्त के अब आफ्नो हाम्रो पर्सनल जिन्दगीको त भयो त्यो भन्दा अगाडि के हुँदैछ
I'm getting into the work groove हुन्छ नि काम गर्ने अनि जुन schedule बनाउन schedule चाहिँ actually I started writing I literally write in I don't know if you can see I have a glass door so I just write everything there so I made this schedule चाहिँ अहिले workout चाहिँ म I've been doing a little bit more workout. I don't know if you can tell. I lost some weight. Double chin.
You never had one.
Yeah, I had two. Mine like 2 chains once, and I was like 2 chins. But I think that's the good thing about being in a lockdown is that during lunchtime I just do 20-minute workout. So it's just basically doing that.
Time काटे पनि त तिमीले धेरै extra hours काम गरिरहेछौ
you know that's another thing like तिमीले पनि हैन we both were talking about this कि even though we work from home we start working from like we're on computer so 8 बजे 8:30 बजे 9 बजे कम्प्युटरमा हुन्छ अनि literally like 7 बजे सम्म त कामै गरेर हुन्छ के हुन्छ नि so definitely longer hours किनभने work र life को separation हुन अलि गाह्रो छ त्यही भएर we're definitely working longer hours and at the same time we're lucky हुन्छ नि अहिले कति 30 million कि कति छ unemployment हुन्छ नि अमेरिकामा yeah so there's a lot of stuff happening अहिले जुन यो George Floyd को केसले गर्दाखेरि धेरै प्रोटेस्टहरु भइराछ and it's kind of scary because there's a lot of social injustice happening but at the same time people are protesting which means they're participating in this mass हुन्छ नि protest, which is not really good for the coronavirus situation, which is hard.
The urgency of the situation was massive. I think people were just, it's just year after year, month after month, month after month, there's like a new case of a Black person just being held in police custody or like while being taken into custody or there's or mistaken, like, you know, mistaking Black people for criminals and just like you know त्यो चाहिँ एक्स्ट्रा भइसकेको थियो के अझ अहिले त हरेक मान्छेको हातमा हरेक प्राणीको हातमा अहिले फोन हुन्छ हैन फोनले खिचेर मात्रै थाहा पाएको यो हामीले नदेखेको बेलामा कति चाहिँ भएको थियो होला के त्यो पनि सोच्न नेपालमा अब त्यही प्यारल कम्पेरिसन गर्दाखेरि दलितहरुलाई कसरी ट्रिट गर्छ नेपालमा त्यो छ अर्कै सिचुएसन हैन तर देयर सो मेनी प्यारल्स बिट्विन like what's happening in America right now and in Nepal किनभने नेपालमा दलितहरुलाई पेलाछ they get murdered and victimized all the fucking time अनि यहाँ अमेरिकामा त्यस्तै people of color हो त हो तर always and mostly it's always Black people that get murdered in custody and it's really sad.
It's really frustrating. Definitely like नेपालमा हैन जुन caste system थियो एक त first of all caste system is bullshit.
Racism like intellectually they can, like you can understand caste system you just can't we're all Nepali people.
अनि caste system चाहिँ कस्तो भने okay ल 1000 वर्ष पहिला whoever used to work on metal was blacksmith हुन्छ नि कामी अथवा यता like that अनि जो जे बाउले गर्यो त्यही छोराले गर्ने त्यो थियो हैन त्यसरी कास्ट सिस्टमलाई यो बाहुन यो फार्मर यो भनेर यसरी बनायो तर at the end of the day अहिलेको जमानामा हुन्छ नि like someone's father can be a doctor and the son can be whatever he wants actor or whatever it's not the same tradition okay like caste system अनि यो आइमाईहरुलाई नचुनी हुँदाखेरि हटमा राख्ने like I don't understand कि अहिलेको जमानामा मान्छेहरु how can they just follow these tradition blindly हुन्छ नि blindly
like गाउँको मान्छेहरु it's understandable because they don't know anything outside of it हैन तर जब when our friends our contemporaries are just like oh क्या गर्नु हुँदैन किनभने जात मिल्दैन यारा I just can't be friends with people like that you know
it is yeah अनि अर्को कुरा यो अमेरिकामा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भने यो मैले कलेजमा पोलिटिकल साइन्सहरु पढ्दाखेरि हाम्रो पोलिटिकल साइन्स टिचरहरुले कुरा गर्नुहुन्थ्यो हैन जसरी यो ब्ल्याक कम्युनिटीलाई कसरी सिस्टमैटिकली सप्रेस गराछ भनेर के like if you really think about it slavery भनेको it still exists in a different form के हैन for example look at these Brock Turner who was a Stanford rapist. If you look up Brock Turner, he literally raped a girl. The sentence he got was 3 months. The victim has written a book about it. And it's so crazy. And there's like Jeffrey Epstein. He was a pedophile. He had a pedophile ring. He committed suicide and nobody even talks about it. If you're white, you can get away with these big crimes. People who are not educated in America, first of all, they're scared of people of color because of the crime that they commit. They commit crime because they don't commit as much crime. So cops arrest them for minor things like driving racial profile like marijuana अथवा कतिपय स्टेटहरुमा चाहिँ लीगल छ हैन marijuana तर if they possess marijuana यस सानसानो क्राइममा उनीहरुलाई जेल हाल्यो अनि जेल हालेर के गर्ने भने मिनिमम वेज whatever छ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ 70 cents an hour मा काम लगायो के and that's like this whole if you look up prison industrial complex and if you look at the historical way how people of color are more jailed so they can be their labor can be cheaper price that is modern day slavery okay people never like if I was the people of color I would like not pay my taxes why would I pay taxes that funds the cops about this corrupt system that comes back and arrests you like you're not protected you're haunted by these things like I don't understand how this is okay in modern America it's like I'm just so frustrated it's insane.
America is like one of the most developed countries that has the biggest population of incarcerated people. Like developed nation मात्रै यस्तो हुन्छ अब नेपालमा के expectation
I mean I know developed त्यही त यस्तो पढे लेखेको हुन्छ नि literacy rate एक धेरै भएको अनि honestly you know like I want to say something in America's defense कि yeah हामी यहाँ racially यसरी suppressed भइराछ छौं हैन तर at the same time we can talk about it like I lived in Germany for about a year, I know, and my sister lives in Denmark. It's not even discussed about like just because you let immigrants in doesn't mean you accept them in your culture, you integrate them. There was this practice we did in our job a while ago about diversity versus inclusion, you know. Diversity like if you're hosting an office party, diversity you invite people from different genres of their life or different culture that's diversity inclusion you include these people to plan the party I can be for example a white person and just throw a party do things that I think is the fun thing versus including other people to plan the party means like they can bring their own flavors or their own activities in the party so yeah, Europe ma diversity cha, but Europe ma inclusion cha, I don't think so. That's like just my point of view. But yeah, like America ma jun yo racism cha, it's like another level. It's insane. Yeah.
And there's no way of satisfying these people, okay? Because
Yeah.
there was Colin Kaepernick who tried kneeling during the national anthem, tried to bring attention to police brutality that time, and then that they couldn't digest that, and then now people are rioting, and then they're complaining about that too. Like, like you can't have your cake and eat it too, you know? Like, pick a fucking lane. If you cannot accept peaceful protest, then you need to shut up when riots are happening.
Yeah, I think हाम्रो generation ma, like I know I'm really sorry हाम्रो audience, like sorry we're so heated up. It's just the situation is so frustrating. Okay, like there's so much things we can do, and I personally want to request all of our audience, होइन, मेरो request के छ भने यदि तपाईको फ्यामिलीमा कसैले Muslim, Black, Asian, केही उसमा racism गर्नुहुन्छ भने please try to talk to them. The change starts with you, I know, like how there are people who are afraid to afraid of people of color in America. Like change that. Just because someone's like
different
from color doesn't mean they're bad. They were like start with yourself. Try to be more inclusive. Try to if someone talks about these people in a racist way, try to correct them and give them a reason why. Like we are taught to think in a certain way, which is not correct. And we need to change this from our life, starting with our life. So that's like my request to all our Khaskura podcast viewers.
Did you see the blackbird? Did you see the news? The blackbird watcher's name was Christian Cooper, I think.
Oh my God, I know. This happened right here in New York. Yeah.
You would think in New York, you know, but there's that 14% of 14 or 16% that voted for Trump in the general election, last election here.
Yeah, New York company around Long Island. I definitely had. When I worked with Ernst & Young. There were a few managers who voted for Trump, and as a woman, I don't know how anyone can agree with accused sexual abuser. Like I don't understand how he's our president, but yeah, that was a time when I stopped like interacting with those people who actually voted for Trump and it is crazy here.
And that woman lost her job. She lost her dog because she was hysterically screaming on the phone, calling 911 and telling them that an African American man was threatening her life. And the man, all his fault was that he asked her to leash her dog, which you are supposed to in Central Park because number one, there's a huge population of people who walk their dogs and jog, and there's tourists. And number two, there's it's a park that preserves animals.
He asked her to leash the dog because that area of Central Park is
wildlife preservation.
Yeah, it's wildlife preservation. So when dogs run around, they kill those vegetation. So he just wanted her to leash the dog. But apparently it was a physical attack that she was threatened from. And see, that is the thing, right? Like we've seen these videos where if there's a person of color in the elevator, like people like grab their purse. And that's subtle racism. When you're like walking in the street, you like kind of walk away. And these are the things that's like instilled in our head, and we need to stop that. It's hard to kind of break that cycle. And I think we need to start by ourselves by breaking that cycle of stereotypes and racism, for sure.
When I didn't understand like the cultural dynamic between white and Black people back then.
Yeah.
Like obviously because we were fresh off the boat, we barely understood what was happening in our country at that time. But now it's such an eye-opening experience. Like I think it was my first year in college, second semester, Oklahoma. And Bay of Edmond like त्यहाँको cops एकदमै like racist छ भन्ने all the international students would warn me. And I was dating a guy at that time, and then we were just at the park like watching the water. And this cop pulls over. It was like late evening. It was like 7 p.m. And then he was like, K9 searched our car for no reason whatsoever than us just chilling at the park. We weren't even, he used to smoke cigarettes. He wasn't smoking a cigarette. There was no like red flag for him to like get us out. It was a college town. Like kids go out in the park and just hang out and chill out. He searched our car. Like he like knocked on the window, and then he asked for our IDs, and he asked us to get out of the car, despite the fact that we had student IDs.
Yeah.
a college issue ID.
Yeah.
And because we were brown people, he like canine searched our car. And he was not Nepali, but he was friends with a lot of Nepali kids.
Yeah.
And one of his friends gave him those Nepali gudia.
Yeah.
त्यो गुडिया चाहिँ passenger seat को मुनि झरेको थियो क्या अनि he literally took that and he was like aggressively asking us what the fuck is this, you know, he didn't like say the word, but he was like, what is this? Like super like we were, it was stuffed with drugs or some shit, you know.
You should have taken a pin and like poked him, like, do you feel anything? Voodoo doll. It isn't.
At that time, I didn't really think much of it because I thought it was routine. Because in Nepal, we're so used to having cops around, police around with like heavy weapons. You know, like it was normal to me. But he was like, this was really messed up. You know?
That is crazy, yeah.
And get this, he was Pakistani, and my birthday is 9/11 on my ID. So it was just a bad combination. It was really
oh my God, I know. It's I had a friend who was he was like Afghani Indian, and he used to tell me that he was paranoid that every time he looked at his clock, it was 9/11, and that was like a trigger for him.
Dude, for me too.
Really?
Oh my God. It was either 7/11 or 9/11.
He used to tell me like, I'm not kidding you, Rama, but every time, whenever I look at the watch, it's 9/11. Like he would coincidentally just look at his watch when it's 9/11, and he would get triggered. And I think he had a chicken, like a fast food stand around the World Trade Center at that time, and then I think his dad's business had to shut down because of the whole incident. So his life and his family's, you know, livelihood was affected, but because he was brown and he was, you know, like he used to get pulled over every time, and whenever he was like flying by airplanes. So it's really bad. Yeah. You know, Anuja, it's funny because when we wrote the script, I was like, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to talk about good stuff.
But there's so much shit happening all over the world, and it's really important for us to talk about these things so that where we try to understand where things are coming from, and what's happening in our society, because this is unprecedented times. Like this is insane. Like there's a insanely contagious pandemic, like virus going around. There's a massive protest going across the country in the US. The president is a complete fucking moron, and he's like doing nothing about any of it. So it just falls upon the citizens themselves to be cautious, be more aware, and be woke, and be healthy and careful and stay positive, I guess.
Yeah, I know. It's and you know, I think like taking a day at a time really helps. Like we're in New York right now, we're planning to move to Jersey to save the rent money that we have, the extremely high rent money we have to pay. Everything is just so up in the air. Is that anything? You know, one thing I want to say is like, so I get a really bad mood swings because of my PMS. And in my 20s, I was very much in denial. It's just a excuse to be mean on one another. I really used to think that. But now that I'm in my early 30s, I can definitely see the effects of PMS. So working out has really helped me. So what I do want to give like few tips to try to stay positive. So working out has really helped me. What I do is make a schedule like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, haptako lekhyo haina wallma. Just get a whiteboard at some point. I think whiteboards are so important. I write it in my door. I literally write the days, and then like arms workout, like glutes workout. I try to write everything, and I literally like cross it out. It gives me so much happiness just to so try to work out. And it has definitely helped my PMS situation where I have really bad mood swings. And the reason I ask you guys to like try to do some physical activities in the house is because when you're in a bad mood, people around you get affected too. Sound like people gets affected. So try to stay in that good mood as much as you can. Workout for women, there's an app, so good app. It's really good. It has everything. HIIT, different body part. You can do this at home. I don't think I'm going to go back to gym after because it's free, and then I can just do it at home. Another thing is that it's very cheesy, and I have to go to cheesy length to like keep my sanity. Is try to just think about things that you're grateful for. When you wake up, when you're drinking that chia ki coffee, try to just be. I'm so thankful I have a job. I'm so thankful my parents are okay. I'm so thankful, like we're not sick. Imagine being in ICU with pipes in your mouth and your nose. Like, thank God we don't have to do that. Just few things to be grateful for. I'm sorry, I don't mean to come out as like tone deaf in this crazy situation. These are the few things that I'm doing. Another thing, like, Anuja, do you want to talk about if you're in America, like looking for help? Like, we pay taxes. One of my friends was saying that she's very, like, she feels humiliated to apply for unemployment. And I was like, you pay taxes. We pay 27% taxes in America. I know 100 rupiah कमायो भने 25 rupiah हामीले government every month दिनुपर्छ हैन. There's no shame in applying for unemployment because
I see these people who are like too proud to apply for unemployment, and I'm like, okay, what's so wrong in it? Okay, all you're asking is for a little assistance until you get back on your feet.
Exactly. That's why you pay taxes.
Exactly. So that the government can be clutch when you need it.
and forget about like that. Like, look at these billion-dollar companies who are always
paying taxes. Exactly. Bailout. एक महीना पनि रुक्न सकेन उनीहरु. So many companies went bankrupt.
Exactly.
Because they couldn't handle it.
The really messed up part is that they will ask for bailout, and then they will lay people off. And then like, so they're taking the taxpayers' money to bail themselves out, and then they're firing these people, and these people who are fired have to file for unemployment. So they're also dipping in the pockets of taxpayer money. So it's like double. It's like in capitalism, you don't really bail out. It's like survival of the fittest is the theme of capitalism. So why are we not letting these companies die because they're too big to fail? And so it's like this whole capitalism is becoming more like save the richest.
Exactly. And isn't it so fucking disgusting and a modern day feudalism that Jeff Bezos is on his way to become a fucking trillionaire? Like, that's insane.
Yeah, that is,
And he's like, we've heard in the news so many times that in his company there are people who have to fulfill orders in the warehouses that pee in bottles so that they have enough time to fulfill orders, because the more they fulfill orders, the better commission they get. Or like, there are people who are not even getting like proper living wage. They're surviving in like state enforced minimum wage, which is like nothing. It doesn't even pay your rent if you're living in New York, you know? It's just very frustrating. And the fact that these big companies, they get all these bailouts and they get all these tax cuts and subsidies to come. Like, New York was offering like billions of dollars in subsidies for Amazon to open their headquarters in Long Island City.
Thank God for one of the politicians who spoke against that was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She got a lot of heat for losing the jobs for American. But then a couple of months ago, I read this article how they're thinking about coming to New York anyway. So thank you, Ocasio, for saving taxpayer money so we don't bail out another company.
In the early stages of when the lockdown started, Amazon was asking for help. Like, are you out of your mind? Like, you make all this money. CEO can stop taking salary for at least a year and like pay your workers proper wage, provide them with proper PPE, like provide them with like enough masks and hand sanitizers. Like, how hard is it to take care of your people?
There's a website called, I think it's called didtheyhelp.com or something, where you can type in companies. What we should start doing is supporting the company that actually took care of their employees, supporting the company that actually did something for a positive impact in society, rather than another thing like supporting companies like Amazon. You know, one thing I've realized these days is like, if you want something, you just go to Amazon and look for it. And
like how we want to Google for information, we want to shop on Amazon.
One thing you can do is like, if you're looking for something in Amazon, you can copy the brand name and go to the actual brand site. I read this somewhere on Instagram. Like, you can copy the site name, go to the actual brand site, and then they usually give you like 10% off or something. So it's cheaper for them, for the companies, because they're not paying any cut to Amazon. So you can just go directly and you will get certain percent discount if you're the first time shopper or stuff like that. So try doing these things so you can, not fill the trillionaires' pockets. It's
Everything we've talked about is pretty serious. But another serious note is that like the mental health and the sanity of people are really affected during the pandemic. यहाँ त हामी युएसमा बस्नेहरूलाई त हामीलाई एक्सेस छ, इन्टरनेट छ, नेटफ्लिक्स छ, एन्टरटेनमेन्ट छ, like we have all these apps and whatnots. तर नेपालमा like I know not everybody has access on it's always good to like give them a call, like stay in touch with your relatives, stay in touch with your family members, friends, and especially the ones you already know have like, not so healthy mental health. We'll just be there for each other, because this is the time to really show up for your people, show up virtually for your people or over the phone, or write a note or letter or something, but keep the communication going, because that's what's going to really like help people kind of phase through the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And then is there anything else you want to add, Rama?
I really hope everybody was already being nice to, retail workers, essential workers, but we definitely want to thank everyone who's essential worker. And not only I think we should definitely start a movement where these people get paid more, or they don't have to like live paycheck to paycheck. We really want to thank all the essential workers, doctors and nurses who have risked their life to save people. They're not in the forefront of any war. That's like just glorifying them to just, make them a martyr. Thank you. We really want to thank all these essential workers from Khaskura podcast site.
The janitors, like the people who pack your groceries, like retailers, like people who work the transit systems, like public transit system. Nepalma ta अहिले के पनि चलेको छैन. In the US, public transit works for essential workers to get to work. So we want to thank them as well, and everybody involved, people who deliver food from restaurants.
Everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you all the essential workers.
And also, stay safe. Thank you to all our audience for tuning in today. We really apologize. We're really trying to keep our things in order, but we'll definitely try to record more episodes and try to be in touch with you. And we apologize if we offended anyone, but these are just our personal views. Stay safe. हुन्छ नि अहिले यस्तो बेलामा सकेको मद्दत गर्नुस् आफ्नो छिमेकीहरूलाई, like Anja said. So we're going to sign off for today. Thank you so much for your continuous love, and namaste and bye-bye. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button below and hit on the bell icon to get notified of our amazing contents.
And for frequent updates, please follow us on our social media handles. All the information is in the description below.
Thank you.